Isaiah chapter 33 begins with a prophecy against the destructive forces of Assyria, describing the judgment that will fall on them as they try to invade Judah. Isaiah calls on the people to trust in God, recognizing that He alone is their true protector. He warns Assyria that their military might will not save them, and their plans to destroy Judah will ultimately fail. The chapter emphasizes God's power over all nations and assures His people that their enemies will be brought to ruin. This is a reminder that God's sovereignty and protection will always triumph over human arrogance and military strength. The chapter continues with a vision of God's majestic presence. Isaiah describes how God will act in defense of His people, bringing devastation to their enemies. The righteous will experience deliverance, while the wicked will face judgment. The people of Judah, who are experiencing hardship, are reassured that God's justice will prevail. This divine intervention will restore peace and righteousness to the land, and the enemy will be scattered. Isaiah calls for the people to trust in God's justice, knowing that He will protect the righteous and bring about justice for the oppressed. Isaiah further describes the state of the people during this time of trial, noting that the land is in desolation due to the looming threat of Assyria. However, he emphasizes that God's promise of restoration is certain. When the enemy is removed, the people will rejoice in God's salvation. The chapter paints a picture of a time when God's people will experience abundant blessings, they will no longer fear their enemies, and peace and prosperity will return. The people will see God's glory in the restoration of their land, which will be marked by righteousness and the flourishing of God's people. The chapter ends with a promise of a future where God's reign will bring ultimate peace and security. Isaiah speaks of a time when the people will no longer have to rely on human power or foreign alliances, but will trust fully in God. God's presence will be their refuge, and the people will dwell in a land of abundance and peace. The wicked will be judged, and the righteous will inherit the blessings of the land. This vision of restoration gives hope to the people of Judah, assuring them that despite their current difficulties, God's faithfulness and justice will bring about a future of peace and righteousness for those who trust in Him. Let's now read Isaiah chapter 33. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou wast not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. O Lord, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee, be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. At the noise of the tumult the people fled, at the lifting up of thyself the nations were scattered. And your spoil shall be gathered like the gathering of the caterpillar, as the running to and fro of locusts shall he run upon them. The Lord is exalted, for He dwelleth on high, He hath filled Zion with judgment and righteousness. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is His treasure. Behold, their valiant ones shall cry without, the ambassadors of peace shall weep bitterly. The highways lie waste, the wayfaring man ceaseth, he hath broken the covenant, he hath despised the cities, he regardeth no man. The earth mourneth and languisheth, Lebanon is ashamed and hewn down, Sharon is like a wilderness, and Bashan and Carmel shake off their fruits. Now will I rise, saith the Lord, now will I be exalted, now will I lift up myself. Ye shall conceive chaff, ye shall bring forth stubble, your breath, as fire, shall devour you. And the people shall be as the burnings of lime, as thorns cut up shall they be burned in the fire. Hear, ye that are far off, what I have done, and, ye that are near, acknowledge my might. The sinners in Zion are afraid, fearfulness hath surprised the hypocrites. Who among us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who among us shall dwell with everlasting burnings? He that walketh righteously, and speaketh uprightly, he that despiseth the gain of oppressions, that shaketh his hands from holding of bribes, that stoppeth his ears from hearing of blood, and shutteth his eyes from seeing evil. He shall dwell on high. His place of defense shall be the munitions of rocks, bread shall be given him, his waters shall be sure. Thine eyes shall see the king in his beauty, they shall behold the land that is very far off. Thine heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counted the towers? Thou shalt not see a fierce people, a people of a deeper speech than thou canst perceive, of a stammering tongue, that thou canst not understand. Look upon Zion, the city of our solemnities. Thine eyes shall see Jerusalem a quiet habitation, a tabernacle that shall not be taken down. Not one of the stakes thereof shall ever be removed, neither shall any of the cords thereof be broken. But there the glorious Lord will be unto us a place of broad rivers and streams, wherein shall go no galley with oars, neither shall gallant ship pass thereby. For the Lord is our judge, the Lord is our lawgiver, the Lord is our king, he will save us. Thy tacklings are loosed, they could not well strengthen their mast, they could not spread the sail. Then is the prey of a great spoil divided, the lame take the prey. And the inhabitant shall not say, I am sick, the people that dwell therein shall be forgiven their iniquity. This ends our reading of Isaiah chapter 33.